Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. After brutal OT loss to Kings, Heat responds with signature win over Warriors. Takeaways. 5 takeaways from the Miami Heat's 114-98 win over the Golden State Warriors, 18-18, on Tuesday night at Chase Center on the back end of a back-to-back set to improve to 1-1 on its 6-game West Coast trip. The Heat, 18-17, continues the trip on Thursday against the Utah Jazz, just 24 hours after blowing a 17-point fourth-quarter lead in a brutal double-overtime loss to the Kings in Sacramento on Monday. The Heat bounced back with a signature win. This is a very ambitious group, Heat coach Erik Spoelstra said just hours before Tuesday's game. Sometimes, unfortunately, you have to go through some pain in this league to learn how to win games. We've had some moving parts, and I'm not saying that as an excuse. We're figuring it out. These are great learning points for our group. We'll get a breakthrough. Whether Tuesday represented a breakthrough remains to be seen, but it was an impressive victory. With star Jimmy Butler serving the third game of his team-issued 7-game suspension, the Heat won behind its zone defense and quality performances from players throughout its rotation. Miami improved to 1-2 during Butler's suspension. The Heat was sharp from the start, shooting 50% from the field and 8 of 18, 44.4%, from three-point range in the first half to enter halftime with a 61-48 lead. After wasting a double-digit lead the night before against the Kings, the Heat staved off the Warriors' second-half comeback attempt on Tuesday. The Warriors outscored the Heat 30-23 in the third quarter to trim the deficit to 6 points entering the fourth quarter. The Warriors then began the fourth quarter on an 8-3 run to pull within 1 point with 9:34 to play. But the Heat put together a strong response, scoring 9 unanswered points thanks to back-to-back threes from Nikola Jovic and another 3 from Alec Burks to push its lead back up to 10 points less than 2 minutes later. The Heat never looked back, pulling ahead by as many as 20 points in the final minutes of the game on its way to the 16-point win. You have to expect it to be really tough whenever you're on the road, and this league is tough, Spoelstra said. But these are opportunities. When you have a real tough game last night and a quick turnaround, you can rally around each other or you can get overwhelmed and feel sorry for yourselves. We have a group that has great competitive character. With the Heat staying in its zone defense for most of the night, the Warriors struggled to make shots. Golden State shot just 40.8% from the field and 14 of 50, 28%, from three-point range in the loss. While Warriors star Stephen Curry finished Tuesday's defeat with a game-high 31 points on 11 of 22, 50%, shooting from the field and 8 of 17, 47.1%, shooting from three-point range, the rest of the Warriors roster combined to score just 67 points on 38.2% shooting from the field and 18.2% shooting from behind the arc. According to Second Spectrum, the Warriors scored just 0.83 points per possession on 53 half-court possessions against the Heat's zone defense. The Heat improved to 9-0 this season when holding its opponent under 100 points. We were disruptive, Heat captain and center Bam Adebayo said. We got stops. We rebounded the basketball today. And we got out and made plays. What we learned as Dubs waste Steph's dazzling display in loss to Heat. The term must-win game gets thrown around sports at a grotesquely overused rate. The Warriors' game against the Miami Heat on Tuesday at Chase Center fit the definition. With Jimmy Butler sidelined due to a team suspension, the Heat crawled into the Warriors' home arena one night after losing to the Sacramento Kings in double overtime. 2 nights ago, the Warriors were embarrassed in a 30-point loss to the Kings in front of Dub Nation. Tuesday's was a game they absolutely could not drop. But they did, 114-98. There have been frustrating losses down the stretch, like the Christmas game and wild endings in Denver and Houston. The Warriors also have lost by more points, too. Between the timing, the opponent and witnessing Steph Curry's greatness consistently go to waste, nothing tops this loss. Curry in 33 minutes scored a game-high 31 points on 11 of 22 shooting, including 8 of 17 on threes, and had 7 rebounds. The Warriors now are 5-2 in games where Curry scores 30 or more points this season. Someone tell Curry to grab some cardboard and a black Sharpie to write 2 words, "Help Wanted." Watching Curry, 2 months from turning 37 years old, have to play 1-on-5 while being guarded as if he were in the midst of his unanimous NBA MVP season was unbearable, especially in the first half. Curry scored 8 points in the first quarter and 12 in the second, putting him at 20 on 7 of 12 shooting and 6 of 10 on three-pointers. The rest of the Warriors weren't close to his level. 8 other Warriors saw action going into halftime, and they scored a combined 28 points while going 12 of 43 from the field, 27.9%, and 2 of 19 on three-pointers, 10.5%. Curry's backcourt mate, Dennis Schroeder, was held scoreless. Andrew Wiggins provided just 4 points. Schroeder wound up with 5 points, and Wiggins had 9. Non-Curry players shot 18.2%, 6 of 33, on three-pointers. Heat's Jimmy Butler drops brutally honest take on prime status amid trade drama. As Jimmy Butler prepares to begin the next chapter of his career, the 35-year-old still believes that he is at the peak of his powers. While dealing with the suspension and trade drama involving Miami Heat president Pat Riley, the 6-time All-Star claimed that he is still in his prime. "I still think I'm in my prime, if I'm being brutally honest," Butler said, via the Washington Post. Butler has never lacked confidence, even 14 years into his NBA career. The quote came shortly after reports stated that the outspoken star believes he can still turn any team into a championship contender. Many rolled their eyes at that sentiment, but he has done just that with every team he has graced. Butler most recently joined a new organization when he was traded to the Heat in 2019. The season before he arrived, Miami finished 10th in the Eastern Conference with a 39-43 record. In his first season, he brought the team to a surprising NBA Finals appearance, its first in 6 years. Just 3 seasons later, Butler led the Heat to another underdog run to the NBA Finals. The Heat became the second-ever number 8 seed to make the NBA Finals in league history, joining the New York Knicks in 1999. Overall, he has taken Miami to 2 NBA Finals and 3 Eastern Conference Finals in 5.5 seasons. However, even with Butler's proven track record as a winner, history is against him. Multiple studies suggest that the average prime of an NBA player is roughly between the ages of 26 and 30, with most beginning to decline around 31 or 32 years old. At 35, Butler has begun to show signs of potentially slowing down. Through 22 games in 2024 to 2025, Butler's 17.6 points per game are a significant decrease from the 20.8 he posted a year ago. His scoring numbers have gone down every year since 2020 to 2021. The amount of games he has appeared in has consistently decreased each year since the 2022 to 2023 season. His current 7-game suspension certainly affects those numbers, but he had already missed multiple games with an ankle injury. Butler has also been criticized lately for a supposed lack of effort in the regular season. While he has consistently been one of the league's best postseason performers, he is prone to frequent off games in the regular season, leading to the Heat ending consecutive years in the play-in tournament. As Butler has regressed, he has supported Tyler Herro's subsequent rise to become the Heat's new leading scorer. Herro currently averages 23.9 points and 5.1 assists per game, leading Miami in both categories. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.